Hello everybody out there, this is Don Oski here, coming directly from my house. And with one of my paintings behind me, it's Abbey Road, of course. Let me get that in full frame. This is of course my version of it. I call it the leisurely stroll. But anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand. I want to apologize right now because I am using my video camera by my hand because I don't have a proper tripod to hold it for now. But the most important thing for me is just to get this video out there. I've been honestly sitting on this video for some months now. And it's very apparent because you're gonna see me with a large beard in the video. Now, of course, I don't have this beard. So what I wanted to point out was the reason why I made this video was because when I looked online and I looked at these YouTube videos on how to make your own barn door, what I kept seeing was what people were using were these 1x6s or 1x8s and putting them together. I mean, it looks great, they're heavy duty, but it wasn't gonna work for me because the space that I have it in is a very narrow and tall space. The wood, when I was looking at the prices, was actually quite expensive. When I would go to Home Depot, where I always go, it was quite expensive to get these 1x6s or 1x8s, and on top of that, to get them flat. That was like another dilemma in itself. They weren't actually very well finished. And so what I ended up actually doing was I actually did mine out of plywood. So it came out great. I'm in love with it to this day. It looks great. And so I just want to do that quick little intro video. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's a quick idea of the materials that I'm going to be using. As you see, this is a wood and I had it already cut to size at Home Depot. What I had them do was just cut it by 28 inches and then cut it over here at 7 feet. Those are the 1x4s I'm going to be using. I'm going to be placing on both sides, you'll see that. But I wanted to also cover the materials that I'm going to be using. I chose to use Early American because it matches another piece of wood furniture that I have at home. And I'm going to be using some wood glue as well as wood filler because I'm going to be using these instead of screws. I haven't seen anybody use this instead of screws, but I've had experience building other furniture where they worked quite well. So I think it'll be just fine, especially something so lightweight. And that's going to be my saw that I'm going to be using for cutting. So now with the help of my lovely assistant, we are going to be placing rails. And what we're going to be doing is putting them on with wood glue. So let me get the wood glue. And we're also going to clamp it down as we work. Now, we're going to be putting on the glue liberally all the way down. I bought some premium wood glue that's water resistant because this is also actually going to be my bathroom door. So I do want it to be able to resist the moisture from the bathroom. Place it right on top. Line up the edges. Line it up. Went to the swap shop and got this for $1. Perfect. I bought these 1 inch so they'll go easily through here and not go all the way through. we're gonna wait about 3-4 minutes for this to set and dry, and then we're gonna put that one. Everything has been assembled, and what I'm going to do now is fill in all the little nail holes that I made with some of this wood filler. Once I fill everything in, I'm going to turn this over, and then I'm going to stain the back side of it. The reason for that, I want to give enough time for this to dry, and then to flip it back over, sand the excess, and we're going to stain this side. I'm going to be using this plastic wood filler. Really good stuff. I've used it before, but I do have a little complaint that look how much I'm squeezing out of it. All this is air. This is brand new. It's pretty much more than half empty. All I'm doing right now is grabbing this and filling the holes in with my fingers. Very simple, and dabbing it on. I fill all of this, then we can turn around, start staining the back side before flipping it over and staining this side. But this is gonna give it a nice finished look, and you don't see all these little pinholes. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I actually tore up my shirt because I didn't have any rags. The way I stain is just going back and forth. As you see, I'm lifting. So this is something that I'm just gonna do, and as you see, it's already pretty soaked. So in these little cracks that I have here, I'm pressing it in, pushing it in harder, and it just goes right in. So this is a pretty simple technique, but what you need to do is don't rub in circles, because then you're gonna end up having blotches all over the place. The best way to do it so it looks natural and cohesive is to go back and forth with the grain of the wood. It's very simple and it's fun and it's easy and effective. But once this is cured, you can turn around and add another stain on top of it if you wanted to do graduations of colors. Like for example, if I wanted to do a darker edge, then I could grab like a smoky or gray and then just do the edges very lightly, like if I were doing this, and then just fading it in to the edges to give it a different effect. Or if I were to use yellow in the center and making it lighter in the center, giving it kind of like a sunburst glow. There's many things you could do, but I'm just using one stain right here and giving it an all-around stain and trying to keep it all even. As you can see, some time has passed, but I'm finally finishing this video. And I wanted to show you exactly how my barn door turned out. Let's take a look. First thing I want to point out is you see how narrow. I couldn't put a regular door in there, and it's actually quite odd because it has a step up. That's why you not only see it very narrow, but it's actually very tall. Another thing that I want to point out is the railing. I bought that on Amazon. It was very inexpensive. I thought they were going to be way more expensive, but it was definitely worth it. I think it was like $60 to buy that railing, heavy duty wrought iron, beautiful look. I can't speak enough of it. I mean, the stoppers on it work great. There, as you can see, is one of the stoppers, and all you have to do is push it with the slide of one hand, and it works very quiet, very well. On this side, I wanted to show how beautiful the wood just stained looks. It looks very natural. The only thing that I could change is, as you see, when I close it all the way, there's still a gap right here. And I already thought of the way to resolve that. Also, it doesn't lock. I thought of another way to resolve that. All I would really have to do here is put a latch that slides in this way. And over here, get another one of these woods and attach it to this side. And if you can see, it's pretty much just enough space. Probably put a 2x4 to create even more privacy, and you can't really see once that's there, and there's a locking latch. Of course, right now I don't need that for privacy, but in the future I might. I hope you enjoy this beautiful, inexpensive barn door that you can make yourself very easily. Hey everybody, thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. Me and Benji want to say a special thank you. That's actually one of my other paintings that I've done. If you really like this video, please hit the likes, hit the comments. I really enjoyed myself. It was fun editing all this stuff, and I can't wait to do some more. So stay tuned.